This is a piece of laurel oak. This was taken down about 2 weeks ago. And what I've got here is 25% water content on this. So this is a very wet piece of wood. And we're going to turn this into a final turn, a very thin bowl. And what I want to do, the goal is to actually show you how much that bowl will warp. But each species warps and does things differently. But oak has a tendency to warp quite a bit. I'm running at 630 RPM. Now, because we're doing this as a finished bowl, I want the outside to be as clean as I can get it on my cut. So I'm going to take this hump off right here and get it so it's got a nice curve to it. And then we'll come back and we'll do a nice clean cut. Ready? That's ready for sandpaper. But it's wet. If you start sanding this right now, you'll gum your paper right up. I'm going to put a center point on here. And then we'll flip her around. We're going to take this all the way down and then I'm going to clean it. I'm going to get a flat edge on the front here and then I'm going to clean out the inside. And after I get all done doing that, I'm going to take the tenon off the backside. So we may have it'll be a harder sanding job, but I want the tenon off because with the tenon on, it creates a different warp than if I took the tenon off. So we're going to take the tenon right off. I'm running at about 1,000 RPM. One of the things I noticed when I flipped it around and put it on the chuck, she seems to be a little bit out of round on the backside already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and with it on the chuck and clean the backside up real quick before I take the strength out of the side of the bowl. There it is. Now I'm back into smooth. Now I'm going to take her in. All right, I'm about 3/16 of an inch thick right there. I think that's good enough to get it to dry. And round over the top and then we're gonna go to the bottom. You can see the wetness right here on the side coming right out of the end grain. Now we're gonna clean out the bottom of this, but that's pretty good right there. It's fun. I love cutting it down all the way. Three inches. I got 3 5/8, so I got 5/8 of an inch thickness on the bottom. I'm pretty close to where I want to be. And now I'm going to take this side down in, but I'm going to get a little bit more light on the subject. So now I can see my edge better. And we'll push this around the curve. We're at a point that I may want to do this with a scraper. I'm just going to blend these edges in here. That gives you an idea just how thin this bowl is. But we're going to see how much it'll warp. I'm going to take the tail off of it right now. There it is. We just gotta wait for this to dry a little bit and then we'll sand it up. For as thin as this bowl is, it's amazing how much it weighs because it's so wet yet. The bottom is probably about a 1/4 inch thick. But we'll wait for this. We'll set this aside for probably about 2 weeks and this will be dry. We're calling this the egg bowl because it is 9 1/4 wide and 10 3/4 tall. So this thing is out around by 1.5 inches. But all of it happened in the very first 24 hours. I put tung oil on here. But this is very, very light colored. This is actually the sapwood of the laurel oak. This is a very, very light bowl. Usually when I have something this light, I'll do something to give it a detail, but I didn't do it. I wished I had put burn lines on the outside. You can't do it now because of the bowl is so out of whack that it won't. Boy, this, I can't believe all that I just put in here just got soaked right up in. Wow. Wow, that is crazy. Right, you can see it coming right straight through. This is a very thin bowl. If you had dark furniture, this would look really nice against it. I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to wipe it right back off again.